Great morning, great morning, great morning. You guys come on in, come on in. I had to do things a little differently, so I'm operating from my computer instead of my phone. Come on in, come on in. Welcome, you guys. Let me see if I can slide back. On the chair, the stool. Come on in, come on in. While you guys are coming in, I'm going to go ahead and share. You guys let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Great morning, April. Thank you for sharing. Hold on. All right. Let me know who else is here and where you are tuning in from. Let me know who else is here and where you're tuning in from. And share, 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 share. All right. All right. Great morning, Christina. You know, this y'all my Mimi superstars. My Mimi superstars. Yes. All right. Okay. So y'all listen, we're going to go ahead and get started while people are coming. Um I'm super excited. Like last night was everything, y'all. I tell you what an amazing way to end the night. If you missed the mic drop boot camp, baby, you missed it, honey. It went down in the mic drop, honey. It went down. So I'm excited about that. But y'all, I'm also excited because this morning we're about to get what? Alive. All right, y'all. You know that this juice is an all natural liquid superfood designed to assist you with multiple things in your body. It is designed to meet at least 7 functions in your life. Yes, April. And that's the thing. Y'all, I love my classes. You know why I love my classes? We have fun. We get information, we grow, and we have fun. I promise you, you're guaranteed to laugh. So last night was amazing. We had a great time. I think they walked away with some tools that they can use to increase their mic dropping ability. I felt a couple of people drop the mic a few times. So I feel like we're good. We're good. So you guys listen, right now it's almost the end of the month and we're almost out of time for you to get both of these bottles of Alive, Apple Beach Cherry and Apple Cinnamon, and all 7 sprays, $460 for the product for only $100. And you're able to maintain that as long as you maintain your order. Come on, somebody. What a blessing. Christina said they missed a great class. Yes, honey, it was good, good. Good, 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 right? We're gonna do another. I'm gonna do another one in a couple of weeks. So y'all still got time to register for that one, and I'll drop that information. So here we go, y'all. Listen, y'all know what we do. Shot, 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 shot. Everybody shake, shake, shake. Shake the devil off. Brrr. ABC. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm telling you, do, re, mi, ABC. 1, 2, 3. Alive, you and me. Y'all know what we do? We shake it up, pour it up, and drink it up. Yes, God. Here we go. Oh, it's something about the pour. My God. So here's to being at the intersection and making the right turn. Mm. Oh my God, that's so good. Pour my hubby up. And let's go. So this morning when I woke up, y'all know normally I wake up, I go to the gym about 5, I leave to go to the gym. I woke up this morning and I didn't go to the gym. I didn't go to the gym yesterday. I didn't go to the gym today. And I want to talk about it for a second. You know, in our lives, we will come to points that are intersections. And the thing about an intersection is either you're going to go straight, you're going to turn to the right, or you're going to turn to the left. But at an intersection, you always have to make a decision. So God began to talk to me about the intersection. This morning, I allowed myself to do something that I normally don't, because normally I wake up, get up, I go to the gym. But this morning, I decided that I was just going to talk to my husband for a little while, right? Sometimes he hears things when y'all hear it, right? So this morning I wanted to go into a little more detail with him about yesterday. And so we just kind of laid in the bed and we talked and we just spent some time together. You got to allow yourself to do what feels good to you, what feels right to you. So as I was thinking about the intersection, I thought about my entire day yesterday. You know, I was talking to April and April was like, Dr. V, you know, sometimes you just got to take a break, you know, just have a couple of difficult conversations and then take a break. I said, April, I can't. Right. So there's something that God is calling me to do, pulling on me to do, that doesn't allow me to just measure it out. Like, I've got to do it. Just do it. When he says do it, and do as much of it as I can do. So yesterday I had a couple of conversations, right? See, it's one thing to have a revelation. It's one thing to recognize something. It's one thing to realize the impact of some of your actions or your choices on other people. It's another thing to then assume responsibility and accountability. You know, I think that we are good at identifying where other people need to be accountable and responsible, but not necessarily as good always when in dealing with us and what we need to do. So I had some conversations with a couple of my kids, and had to just acknowledge that there were some ways that I didn't protect them. There were some things that, you know, I could have done better. And in having the conversation, um, after the conversation, after, you know, I acknowledged where I fell short or things that I did not protect them from, and how it may have impacted them. And I accepted responsibility and I apologized and I asked for forgiveness. My daughter made this observation. She said, Mama, I'm so proud of you, because a lot of parents wouldn't do that. They wouldn't put their pride aside enough to apologize. They wouldn't put their pride aside enough to be accountable. They would act like, you know, everything was fine, and nothing, they didn't need to apologize for anything. They didn't need to take responsibility for anything. But the fact that she recognized that, the fact that she could see that, and she was like, I'm so proud of you. You're growing so much. I want to be known as a mama who grows, right? It's great for them to respect you, and they respect me. My kids respect me, but they also acknowledge that it is respect worthy when people assume responsibility for their actions, their choices, and the ways that they may have fallen short. We're at an intersection in our lives, all of us, right? And at this intersection, you got to decide if you are going to really look at your life and see what God shows you and do something with it, or are you going to turn a blind eye to it and not address it? The fact of the matter is, it's way easier to turn a blind eye to it and not address it than it is to actually address the things that may not necessarily have been issues for you, but they impacted those that were connected to you. So you're going to have to decide at this intersection. Do you act like nothing's wrong, nothing's happened, or do you deal with and address the things you need to address? Good morning, baby. That orange make you look extra chocolatey. Was that your back popping? We have choices to make. Hey, brother, how are you? Hey, Eveline. So, I often, I know I'm a lot for people. I share a lot. I'm very transparent. Some people probably got really uncomfortable when I said when I was younger I was masturbating and my daddy caught me, right? But those are real things, right? I'm not the first child in puberty to masturbate, and I won't be the last, right? Now, a lot of people probably won't talk about it. They'll be embarrassed by it, but that's the enemy's great trick, is to cause us to be embarrassed and not address and deal with things, right? What leads to other things. So I know I'm a lot. I know I'm a lot. I can be a lot. I share a lot. I'm not for everybody, and I'm okay with that. There was a time when that would bother me. There's a time when, I wanted everybody to, like me, embrace what I was doing. But I don't care about everybody. I care about the people who need to hear what I have to say. And everybody, it's not for them. It's okay. It's good. Your life may not have dealt with any of that. Those things may have not been issues for you. Nobody might not have ever been impacted by a decision that you made in a negative light. And I get it. And it's cool, right? I am determined in this season that I will provide an example for my children of what assuming responsibility for your choices looks like. And the crazy thing is, it's not just this season. I've always done this. Like, I've always had conversations with my kids, right? There were some things that warranted more conversation, warranted me going deeper. There's some things that warranted me sharing some things that I may not have shared fully in order to help somebody, not just free me, but also to help somebody. This is not just Dr. V throw up on everybody and tell everybody your business. That's not what this is. I want y'all to understand this. This is me sharing my life that it might help somebody know they're not alone in some things that they've experienced, and to be able to figure out, how do I walk through this? Because sometimes the choices that you've made and the outcomes of those choices can cause you to feel overwhelmed and like there's no way out. There's no way forward from this. But with God, there's always a way forward. With God, there's always the space for repentance and redemption. With God, He is the great waymaker. And so, because sometimes we won't deal with the realities of some people's lives because it's messy and it stinks and it's not fun and it doesn't feel good, we don't give people the tools they need to move forward. We want to lay hands on everybody and cast out demons and not deal with the practicalities of, now that I've cast out the demon, how do I walk this thing out and replace the behaviors, the patterns, and the thoughts that came as a result of that spirit's presence in my life? How do I replace that so that I can move forward and grow without guilt and condemnation and shame? See, we want to make everything spiritual and we want to just deal with the spirit, but not the natural. And we have to deal with both. We are spirits having a human experience. And the fact of the matter is, in our society, we focus on one or the other because that's more comfortable depending on where you are. But you got to deal with both. You got to deal with mind, body, and spirit. You got to deal with all of that. You got to deal with emotions. You got to deal with the will. You got to deal with those thoughts. You got to. Because if you don't, you set people up to continue in cycles. Cycle after cycle after cycle after cycle. Great morning, Kim. Oh, the mic drop crew is in full effect, honey. So, my assignment, and I remember God telling me this. Listen, God has had some conversations with me that I personally did not care for. They were not my favorites, right? I remember God telling me, I'm putting your life on public display. What? He said, I'm putting your life on public display. You will be a sacrificial lamb. Your life will be laid out. People will judge you. People will talk about you. People will reject you. but I need your life on public display because you're going to help some people. And yes, we're all the way live. Come on, mic drop, Dr. V. So, what do you say to that? What do you say to that? What do you say when God says, I'm calling you to be a sacrificial lamb? What do you say when God says, I'm putting your life, your whole life, the totality of your life on public display? Like, just say, no, God, I'm not doing that. I've done that. it didn't work. Okay. I said, God, I'm not doing that. And that's what I'm not going to do. And he said, oh, okay, you gonna do it though. And I'm like, no, I'm not, because I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna do it. I know some of y'all are offended by that I would tell God, I'm not gonna do that, right? But I would rather be honest with God than to lie. But it's what I do. And I do it because we are at an intersection. And either the church, the bride of Christ, is going to choose to deal with and address the real issues of people's lives, or people are going to be turning more and more, which is what we already see, to places and things and situations that help them live their life, right? We've got to come up higher. And then coming up higher, I don't mean super spiritualized, but we've got to come up higher in our ability to help people do life with God, right? To know that even in those most challenging moments, that God is with you. To know that God's got you, no matter what it looks like. Good morning, Phoenicia. The boot camp masterclass was amazing. I was bragging afterwards. Oh, good, good, good. Y'all, I'm telling you, y'all missed it with the mic drop, baby. Y'all missed it. Y'all gonna have to register for the next one. But we're at an intersection. We're at an intersection because the way we used to do church is no longer working the way it used to. What people need, they still need God. God doesn't change. And I'm not telling you to become the world, but what I'm saying is we're at an intersection where we've got to decide, are we going to hold on to what doesn't work, or are we going to allow God to forge the path? God, not us. This isn't about just what people think. It's about what God is doing in this season, in this hour. In our personal lives, we have to decide, are we going to continue to do things the way we've done them, with dysfunction and not being willing to address things in ourselves first of all, but also in our relationships, angel number 122? Or are we going to be willing to make the investment, the time, the energy, the emotion, into healing those deep wounds of our lives? What are we going to do? You're at the intersection. Does God want you to go straight? Does he want you to turn right? Does he want you to turn left? Does he want you to make a U-turn? What is God calling for from you? See, the intersection is not about what anybody else is doing. It's about what God is calling for from you. I want my kids to live as healed, whole adults. I want them to know how to navigate difficult conversations. I want them to know how to address the issues of their lives, their feelings and their emotions and their thoughts. I want to be that example for them of dealing with the tough stuff. It's so funny because when I was talking to my daughter, she said, "Mom, I think that's why I'm hard bodied." And I was like, "What?" I think that's why I'm hard bodied. And then I talked to my son, and he said, "Mom, you know, your kids are cut different. We're hard bodied." I said, "What does that mean?" He said, "It means that we don't let the stuff that happens in life change us. We're hard bodied. It's like it bounces off. Not that things haven't affected us, but like we're like, let's go." And I said, wow, I'm looking at my shortcomings, my flaws, the decisions that I made that didn't go the way that I wanted them to go, and the things that happened that negatively impacted them. And I'm saying, my poor babies. And they're saying, Ma, this made us. This made us. We were made by the things that we went through. We were made by watching you go through things. It made us. It made us hard bodied. It increased our fortitude, our resilience, our determination, our persistence. Oh, Kim. Kim said, you raised greatness. My kids, and listen, um, for those of you in ministry, you know, your kids watch what you go through, right? They watch what you go through. They see how people do you. They see the stuff that you do for people, and they see the sacrifices that they make for other people because you're taking away from them. And to see my kids developing their own relationships with God, their own private, personal relationships with God, talking to God for themselves, finding answers and solutions. Where, you know, normally they'll come to me, you know, my this will happen, da 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 da. But to watch them stand up, finding their answers, their solutions, working through it, and then talking to me about how they made their decision and how they feel, that makes it worth it. Because when you get to the intersection and you're driving, nobody can turn the wheel, press the gas, press the brake, turn around, but you. And as much as we want to do that for the people in our lives that we love, we can't. We have to let them take their journey. We have to let them go through their process. We have to let them build their own fortitude. Angel number 122. Let me look that up again. Angel number 122. Angel number 122 serves as a significant message encouraging manifestation of your goals and aspirations. It's like a signal to move forward with manifesting what you desire and pursuing your dreams. This number signifies your inherent ability to shape your own reality and bring about the future you envision. Mm. Angel number 122. Love takes off masks that we fear we cannot live without and know we cannot live within. Wow. It represents balance, stability, and harmony. It suggests that your hard work and dedication will pay off and you'll achieve success in various areas of your life. It's a sign that you are to step out of your comfort zone and take new directions and or begin new projects and ventures. Wow. It brings forth the energy of change and growth. Wow. So, so in alignment with what we're talking about, it's time to make a decision. You're at the intersection of your life, and it's time for you to make a decision. It's time for you to decide, are you going to go forward with God and what He has for you? Or are you going to turn around and go back? What are you going to do? Are you going to sit at the intersection, blocking everybody behind you. Are you going to turn right when he tells you to turn left? Are you going to turn left when he tells you to turn right? What are you going to do? It's an intersection. It's a crossroads. Decisions have to be made, and you can't leave it to chance or choice. You just got to seek God and make a decision. So some of you may be saying, well, Dr. V, I don't know which way to go. Close your eyes and think about going forward. How does it feel? Close your eyes and think about turning right. How does it feel? What are you feeling? And most importantly, what is God saying? What God says overrides your feeling every single time, right? But sometimes the Holy Spirit will just let you know something's not right about that. And you may not have a logical reason. You may not be able to put it to words why you don't feel right about going that way or why that feels off. You may not know. It's just like people. Have you ever met somebody and something just seemed off about them? They didn't do anything to you, but it was something that just was like, mm, mm. And then have you met other people where you meet them and it's just like instant? It's like a breath of fresh air. I'm telling you, if we would pay attention to the Holy Spirit, I'm telling you, the Holy Spirit will let you know. That's why babies and kids, they either, if there's certain people that they'll turn away from, or they'll not want to go to, or things like that. Pay attention to that. There's a reason. There's a reason, right? There's a reason. Kids and dogs. Listen, and both of them love me. And I'm trying to figure out what. I am not a dog person, right? But dogs love me. Kids love me. And it's because they can sense the light in a person, the goodness in a person, right? They can also sense things that are off with people. We are at a place where we are at an intersection in our lives and we have decisions to make. What are we going to do? Phoenicia said, exactly. That's true. Jacob does that all the time. Yeah. Yeah. Jacob loves some Dr. V. Jacob loves some Dr. V. And I love Jacob. Christina's grandbaby. That baby hear my voice, honey. He coming looking for me. He is looking for me. Y'all listen, it's time. You're at the intersection. Seek God, make a chance, make a choice, and go forward. Turn right, turn left, do whatever God tells you to do. If God tells you to make a U-turn, make the U-turn, because there's a reason for the U-turn. There's a reason for everything. And we can't act like there's not. I mean, we can, but it's not effective. At the intersection, what you gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep doing what God has told me to do and called me to do. I'm going to keep being obedient, radically obedient to God. Christina said, yes, he is pulling my laptop back so he can see you. All he needs is to hear your voice. I love the babies. Listen, what you doing? It's your intersection. You growing? You growing? You staying stuck? If what you're doing isn't working, try something new. Try doing it a new way. Watch what God does with it. I'm not going to be on long today. I just want to let you know you're at the intersection. Now what? Let God guide you. I promise you guys. As challenging as yesterday was for me, it was also very freeing. For the first time this morning, I was able to talk to my husband about something and not feel that knot in my stomach, in my chest, and in my throat. And that's when I knew, okay, I'm free of that. Okay, that's okay. Okay, okay, okay. Now we got to take the journey. I promise you it's worth it. It's worth it. Listen, I pray this word blessed you. I pray that you got something out of it. I pray that it encouraged you, inspired you. I pray that you know that God's got you and you can move forward. If the word blessed you and you want to sow a seed, you can sow a seed at Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Y'all listen, know this. Know that I absolutely love you to life and life more abundant. Have an amazing, incredible, and epic day. Be blessed. Mwah.